I think it's very broken, and I think it should be nerfed, but I'm not sure that adding just 1 minute to the CD is going to make it that big of a difference.
This is Zento from Esports Heaven, and I have here with me Dardoch from EchoFox. Now, you just had an amazing game on Graves, and you seem to be one of the only junglers that's picking Graves now, along with, I think Acadian was the only one that played him this split. So, like, what's the dealio with Graves? Like, why is he good in your eyes?
I kind of view Graves as like I want to say my Zach of this split, where before last season I thought Zach was a really strong pick that nobody was playing, and I practiced it a lot, probably like 200, 300 games before I even started playing scrims before spring split, so my Zach was really polished, so every time I played it in LCS it was really clean, so I want my Graves to kind of be similar to that. In summer split, Graves started getting popular after playoffs, so I was kind of bitter because he was really viable around MSI era, but I wasn't at MSI, so I was just playing Graves at home in solo queue, pub stomping everybody. So by the time I came around to scrims, I was like, Graves is still really good. He hasn't been nerfed in a really long time, so just kept working. So now my whole team is just really down with the Graves.
Okay, down with the sickness. So, you guys had a crazy Baron call to get you back in the game. You know, it just seemed like your team was just like, yep, let's go over here, let's do it now. Like, what went down with that call? Because I'm pretty sure it was just like, fuck it, let's go.
That was it. It was pretty much, I think we saw Mundo showing somewhere, and a bunch of their team just went off towards the Dragon, I think, at the time. And my initial plan was just to punish the Dragon. We couldn't fight it, we weren't strong enough, so I just said, I'm going to get their blue buff for it, so at least Orianna won't have infinite mana, so we can at least try and fend off the push and stall for a little longer, since we were pretty in a rough spot right then. But I think Tanner and Hooney just said, what if we just hit it? We already have a mountain drag. So I was like, yeah, sounds good. And then, it just kind of died. It wasn't my call, but I just kind of showed up after the blue buff and it just died. I was just like, wow, way to go. Like, great call. Tanner was just like, I can ult this out. I don't think they're coming. And yeah, they just never came. We just got it for free.
Well, that's a good little present that they wrapped for you guys. Speaking to now, the next patch we're going to have, there's a whole slew of changes, but let's talk about TP for a second, because it was increased in cooldown. So now it might decentivize AD carries taking this summoner. At least that's originally what Riot kind of was thinking about when they modeled this change. So, like, what are your takes on TP just as a summoner spell?
I think it's very broken, and I think it should be nerfed, but I'm not sure that adding just 1 minute to the CD is going to make it that big of a difference. I feel like everyone who takes it right now, aside from maybe like support, because you see like some teams load into game with like 4 teleports, even though support takes it just for fun. But
yeah.
I feel like for fun, taking teleport as support will slowly die, and people will still, just because in a time where you can use 1 teleport, you can use like 2 ignites or 2 exhausts, for example, or 2 barriers, maybe 3 barriers, that kind of thing. So it's like, I'm sure some supports will have their own take on it, and some people will take an exhaust, but I still feel like AD carries, mids, and tops will just take teleport whenever they would have in the last patch.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was feeling too. Well, what do you think about the gold funneling nerfs? Because, I mean, this is going to be like the bane of EchoFox. I can already see it. Team Liquid just rising out of the ashes, and EchoFox is just like, no. So, like, what's your opinion on the gold funnel nerfs? Do you think it's cool, and do you think it's gonna affect EchoFox at all?
We haven't been playing much funnel since Rift Rivals, and we're not really too sad that it's gone or that it's getting nerfed, whatever the case may be. But I think our mentality just going into the new patch is just really open-minded, just trying to get a grasp of everything, since a lot of things were changed and a lot of things were nerfed, especially nerfed. So I think it's going to just be like every team just kind of testing, but I do think that nerf mainly makes the smite mid, like the smite talons you see running around, I think that will just die out. and I think the gold funnel in general will be way less popular, but I do think some teams can still use it, but I don't think it hurts us that much if it is gone. I don't think it will hurt Equifox at all.
Okay, well, I like the confidence. That's all I really have for you. This has been Azento from Esports Heaven and Dardoch from Equifox. Thank you. I assume if you made it this far, you probably enjoyed the content. So if you did, subscribe and also check out my other content that's more analytical and opinionated. But otherwise, keep it locked at esportsheaven.com, and I'll see you next time. Peace.